All right, YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. How are you? All right, before we get started, before I forget, mustn't forget, we got to stay on top of Gypsy Rose Blanchard because we already know these holidays are fast approaching. We already know she's got to get out from under this baby, man. We need to see some trick-or-treating shit. We need to see her about first Thanksgiving, and we gave her some mashed potatoes, and she liked pumpkin pie and all this here. All right? She's going to be 11 months old. Supposedly, she would be, if it was a real baby on Thanksgiving. We know we're giving them a little Cool Whip, a little pumpkin pie. We know we're giving them some mashed potatoes. A month away from a year, I don't know. You might even get a little shredded turkey. You might get a little of that stuffing if it's nice and soft. We won't hear about any of that, though, will we? Will we? What about Christmas? We won't hear about any of that either. We won't hear about the shopping. We won't hear about none of that. Just like we didn't hear about during her fake pregnancy, we didn't hear about any going to the doctor visits and the pain in the ass here and this and that. We didn't hear about her swelling at all. She didn't have the baby glow. Instead, though, when she was supposedly 10 minutes pregnant, we heard that she was nesting, which is a complete lie. Then we had, I just am worried about, do I take my prenatal vitamins? Did I forget to do that? And I'm craving orange juice and this and that. She never had the pregnancy glow, guys. I know the pregnancy glow. I called Candace Owens' pregnancy. Well, if I could bring my wife on here, and her safety not be, her safety not be in question because of these fucking animals. Natasha Cooper is an animal, I'm hearing. I don't trust that motherfucker at all, man. The shit I'm hearing. Put autopsy photos of a child behind a fucking paywall? So what are you trying to attract? Just true crime people that are curious, that are what? Or some sickos, or some sick motherfuckers that want to see a dead child. But you don't care. People like that don't care as long as they make some money. Put it behind. Can you imagine that person, that the parents or family members or grandparents or whatever, knowing that this motherfucker, don't get me started on this Natasha Cooper, man. That I told you I didn't want to have beef with someone, but the more and more I'm hearing that this motherfucker has such little respect for their child that they put it behind a fucking paywall to come view the autopsy photos. That's sort of like the child pornography that they like, and also in those snuff films and stuff. That's right along in the lines of that, in my opinion. But that's probably another video. But we got to stay on top of this, right? We got to stay on top of this. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's got to get out from under this baby, and we know it. Okay? And she just made a video. I just saw it. Looks like it said it posted 6 hours ago. I don't know. Where she's talking about, her fake baby stories. Oh, me and Ken. She's not in a relationship with Ken. That's a lie, too. They don't live together, and they're not in a real relationship. They show up every now and then to film stuff to trick us. That's a lie. I have a seeking suspicion. I think I know what's going on. She was in prison for 8.5 years with nothing but women. And if you listen to Kay Hughes' interview with Fancy Maselli, they said that this bitch was, when she hit the ground running at the jail. Now, I understand women are oftentimes gay for the stay when they go to prison, and they actually form family units in prison that I learned. The women do it. They do a little bit different. And then a lot of these women, then they leave, and then they're right back. They just are into men when there's nothing wrong with all that, right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is, if at the jailhouse, this correctional officer, you can go watch it, Fancy Maselli, Good Wives Network, over on YouTube. Type in Fancy Maselli interview with Kay Hughes, correctional officer, and you will see what this bitch said. That the minute we had to be careful where we housed her. That's at the county jail, Greene County Jail, before she even went to prison. You understand? So she's down for whatever to begin with. And I'm telling you that I'm pretty good at clocking them. Our best friends in the world are a lesbian couple. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, in my opinion, is not even into men anymore. Her and Ken are a fake relationship. They're one another's fucking beard. I know it doesn't work that way, but you know what I mean. Okay, that's what that is. I have a sneaking suspicion Big Sheena and her got something going. And that's, I don't care, whatever, that's fine. If you're gonna find love however you got to find love. But let's not pretend and play around. This is what it is. Because Sheena, I don't care what anyone says, I clocked her pretty quick. And of course, you know, I got our best friends, the lesbian couple, and there wasn't within 2 seconds I clocked her. So then that doesn't matter. I don't care about that. But what I'm saying, it is what it is, guys. All right. And the most, what is it? Occam's razor. The most simplest explanation for shit and what it looks like it really is typically is what it really is. It's not, oh no, shit just looks that way. It's really, you can't just go by what, you know. Well, a lot of times it is that though, guys. More times than not. She was in prison with 8.5 years with women, with a lot of bull dyke stag old women that aren't even going home, some of them ever. Okay? Taking care of business. And I'm just trying to, not to be crass, but if you think men are better at that than women, I'm going to go on a limb and say you're probably wrong about that. All right? So, not that, I mean, if you're attracted to whatever you're attracted to, what I'm telling you is she's for sure attracted to at least both. We know that. I wouldn't say this if I didn't have the information that they had to be careful how they housed her, because she was trying to get with women in the stairwells in the jail, and even on the rec yard in a jail. Not even went to prison yet. She didn't make it to prison yet. They had to be careful how where we housed her. Go watch the interview. I'm not kidding. I'm not lying. All right. So what I'm saying is, and then she goes to women's prison, and she's young and got a decent little body and all this shit. You already know what was going on there. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. She got turned out in there. She's not even, I don't even think she's into men. I think she laid down and screwed Ryan a couple times just because she had to. Okay? And unfortunately, she got knocked up in one of those things, with riding the little Smokey. Riding the little Smokey just did his thing. And she got pregnant, but she aborted. She not aborted. I know. Well, maybe, I don't know. What I am being told, she went in there and her HCG quantitative number was at a point where she should have been way farther along than what it looked like, with no heartbeat in there. Okay, so I mean, if your HCG quantitative says you should be fucking 14 weeks pregnant or 10 weeks pregnant even, and you got no heartbeat, and it looks like a little fucking speck in there still, well, that's the problem. And you got to have a DNC done. And that's what I was told happened. And then Lifetime said, oh, no. We've already printed up shit. We've already got this going. We're already ready to advertise the whole thing. Oh, no. The show must go on. And that's what happened. Okay? She never really had a baby. And this is all bullshit. Okay? And I'm trying to tell you that we need to stay on this. Okay? Because I just saw this video where she's in there talking about with her fake relationship with Ken, which is all fake. They don't even live together, man. You don't think we have people? I'm not even going to go there. We stepped out just for a minute. We got back. Aurora had M&Ms. Now, you guys, first of all, go watch it. It's so sick that this bitch sits here and makes up these whole stories like this. She makes up these whole scenarios. This is how demented and sick she is with her, and how she can lie like that. Go watch it, knowing through the lens of, this motherfucker doesn't have a real baby. You know that. And she's telling stories about, I just turned my back 1 minute, and she's in all these M&M minis we had. Okay, well, that's a choking hazard like all hell. A fucking 9-month-old baby or whatever it's supposed to be, and all the little M&Ms, and you left her for a minute? Okay, she's setting us up for something. She's setting us up for a tragic accident. Now, little Aurora just gets into everything. She said it about 3 times. So little Aurora now is going to get into something and hurt herself and kill herself. Watch this. Watch. Something's coming. I foiled the playpen suffocation with the pillow plan. I foiled the car wreck that they fucking filmed already, guys. And they added together the whole thing. And I know they're pissed. I know they're pissed off. The filming went down. Okay? They were going to do that. Okay? And I got on them just in time, I like to think. Okay? The pillow and the thing, that's not going to work either now. Okay? And I'm telling you now, I got to stay on top of it. I'm glad someone sent me this video. I'm glad someone fucking tagged me in this video. That's exactly what that setup is for. We left her back one time and she was into our M&M mini. So now she's going to get into some kind of something where she's going to hurt herself and kill herself, or she's going to choke to death on something or whatever. It's coming, guys. She's got it. These motherfuckers got to get up from under this baby. It's coming. All right. And I just want to stay on top of this. And this is another thing. Her and that Natasha Cooper with this, you're dehumanizing this baby and putting her in danger. They're doing this still. Listen, no one's going to put anything on me when something happens to your fake-ass baby. But because I'm going to tell you what, if you try to put out here that, oh, someone said it was because of the ramblings of Karma Collector, they heard Aurora, or we found videos of Karma Collector on him, and he was crazy, and it was just, we believed everything Karma Collector says, and Karma Collector said that Gypsy named the baby because it was Lucifer's mother or daughter. You're goddamn right, I said that, and I stand by that. That's why you named it, and you were told to name it. Kiss my ass, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Ain't nothing dangerous about your fake-ass baby and me just merely talking about it. All I'm saying is no baby came out of you, and that's the goddamn truth. All you got to do, well, they'll make fake ones. I shouldn't say that. I was going to say all you got to do is put the fucking out in your chart, get your fucking medical record, show us you in the delivery room, show us you in the recovery room, show us all these, little, just show it. But they'll make fake ones with AI, so I should have never even said that. But of course, they'll try to fill the chart in wrong, and they would fuck it all up, and I would point that out, and people would say that I'm just crazy and lying. But anyway, so we have to stay on top of her because they have to get rid of the baby, because you know this. The holidays are coming. She's going to have to explain all this shit. And her first birthday, and she's already talking about, oh, Miss Rachel's birthday. We're just going to have it at home by ourselves, just me and Ken. Okay, right. Your first birthday with your first child? Kiss my ass. And you're in the public eye. You know you would make a big fucking deal about this. What did that fucking Kardashian do? That one, the little nasty one. What's her name? The youngest one. Kylie. She made a whole fucking amusement park for her little kid and called it, what's her baby's name? Whatever she named her baby, she called it Whatever World. I can't remember what she named the little girl, man. But whatever it is, she called it Whatever World. Stormy, that's her name. She called it Stormy World. And had a whole fucking amusement park with rides made up that look like her and all this shit. And you're telling me Gypsy Rose Blanchard, a narcissist motherfucker, wouldn't do that? Wouldn't have some kind of something, not that. I'm saying something, but no. And let's talk about the Halloween costumes. This bitch who supposed to has a baby whose first Halloween's coming and all the holidays, she goes and buys her like 4 different costumes, right? And then she gets her kid, one that's like 0 to 3 months. Okay, right. And then another one I didn't even see it, but I heard from Pink Chihuahua that was for a 2-year-old. I haven't seen that. This is what I want to point out. The stupid costume of her and fucking Bubba Gump, and makes the baby a little shrimp. There's something going on with that, guys, because remember when she was supposedly pregnant, when she was shopping, and she made a big point. The one time she went to go shopping for that baby, these little outfits with nothing but little crayfish or crawfish or whatever the fuck they call them down there, crawfish all over. Do you remember that? And I thought, that shit's ugly as fuck. And she got all these different sizes because she says, oh, they're just so cute. What if I come back when Aurora's 6 and they don't have them anymore? She also, you know what I mean? And now it's a fucking little shrimp. Could someone please in the comments below tell me, when Pink Chihuahua says that she had another costume that was like for a 2-year-old, can you tell me what that was? Was it a shrimp too or something else? Please let me know so I can see what's going on with this, because there's something up with this. A shrimp and a crayfish or crawfish, whatever you call it, crawfish, I guess. They're pretty fucking close, man. There's something up with that. And what a stupid costume. Bubba Gump and fucking Jenny and a shrimp? There's something not right with this whole scene. And then a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Is this motherfucker for real? And you guys saw how I don't like to be a gossiping little bitch, man, but she photoshopped it all, and it's just all crazy, man. She's such a fake motherfucker. It's unbelievable. But let's stay on top of it, guys. See you in the next video.